And 52s. First out is Elena Toksarova of Russia. Sub 43 kilo class. She's opening at 72.5.
And that's a nice deep squat.
Yeah, beautiful opener. No issues for her there.
3 white lights, fantastic.
The game is afoot. There's nothing like getting your first squat in. If you don't get your first squat in, that can ruin your whole competition. And so we have a fairly large age distribution in some of these classes. We've got 4 years separating some of them, which for sub-juniors who are under 16 can be a heck of a difference.
So we have the Ukrainian lifter Valery Mustafina coming out now for 72.5 kilos.
47 kilo class lifter.
In this group we have 43s and 47 kilo lifters, so 4 in each class.
Yeah, and then we have a B group of 52s. So the 43 class only exists.
Oh, I think she lost a bit of tightness on the descent there, but she brought it up no trouble.
Yeah.
I think the weight was no problem. I think she just panicked it a little bit, just rushed to squat a little bit.
Yeah, so 43 kilo class only exists for sub-juniors, if I'm right, and juniors. Yep. Yeah, once you get into the seniors, being sub-43 is going to be a disadvantage for you.
So another Ukrainian lifter coming out now.
Kristina Leonienko.
For 77.5 kilos.
Now we always have the job displayed, but I guess for most of these guys it's going to be student or school person. Nice.
Okay, that was
deep squat.
the weight was no problem for her there. She hit depth easily enough. So the sub-junior category is the under 18s. So these lifters will be anywhere from 14 to 18 years old.
Aniela Lis now of Poland, job student. Now her squat PB is 80 kilos and she's coming out for 77.5. So
well, training must be going quite well, and these are very young lifters. So it may be that her PB was set and she's made a lot of progress since. She's 21 years old. So she's quite a long femur lifter, so she set her back position before the descent. Came out to the front of the rack. There's no rule against coming out to the front of the rack, but the spotters aren't expecting it, and it kind of interferes with the flow of the platform, so we do usually expect the lifters to go back.
Yeah, it's an etiquette thing. The referee will tell you not to do it. It is not in the rules, but it is, you want to do what's expected around heavy weights, really. Nobody wants any surprises.
Okay, next up we have a Canadian lifter in the 47 kilo class.
Ale Arsenault.
She's coming out for 87.5 kilos. Her PB is 90, so she's right up against her personal best.
Again, opening really close. We do see projected positions, but there's really no point talking about that within the squats. So let's just see these young ladies get one in first of all.
Yeah, that was a nice squat.
And no one's disappointed so far. Yeah, beautiful.
Technique was good. She held her position well. She was looking down, which is usually lifters are coached to look up as they come up in the squat, but as long as you don't tip forward, there's no problem coming down. Next up, we have Polina Pavlova, a Russian lifter.
Back into the 43 kilo class now.
And she is 14 years old.
42.95 kilo body weight when she weighed in just over 2 hours ago.
In fact, she matched the Ukraine lifter on body weight, which will be interesting if it comes to a battle at the end.
Yeah, that's interesting. So how is that settled? Say these
it's
young
first
ladies...
past the post.
Right, okay.
If they have the same total and the same body weight, it's first past the post, which is a little bit counterintuitive because that means the lower deadlift gets the win.
Okay.
Because they're the first one to complete.
Sure, yeah.
But there's really no other way to do it, unfortunately.
No.
But that was a beautiful lift for the young Russian there. I'd say that was one of the nicest squats we've seen so far.
Okay, so Brianna Morrison, US of A.
She is the defending sub-junior world champion.
Yeah, opening at 95. Her squat PB is 100.5 kilos, and I also believe that 100.5 kilos is the record. So, is it safe to assume that that is her record?
Well, I would imagine so, if it's down as her PB and it's the record. And you can see why. That was absolutely superb.
This girl was born to squat.
That was lovely. Okay, so we're into the 47s now.
Alina Rasamakina of Russia. She's opening at 105. Her PB stated is 110 kilos, as you just saw on your screen there. Coach is just being told by the technical controller, no smelling salts.
Okay, so this is the biggest opening squat of the group. This is the last lifter to put their opening squat in.
Yeah, first young lady into triple figures and with style there at 105.
Just waiting for the squat command. And it was a bit of a dive bomb. Her knee came in a little bit on the ascent, but the weight was certainly no trouble for her.
Yeah, moved that with no issues at all. So there we are. We have in the first round, we have a sea of green.
That's great to see.
Yeah.
They'll have some confidence now. They've got an opener in. They're out there on the board. It's nerve-wracking enough for senior lifters and even masters lifters to come out on this platform with a huge audience. We've got cameras. We've got lights, we've got IPF referees, which is, quite daunting in itself. So it's quite a nerve-wracking thing. They've probably travelled a long way. So to get your first squat in, it gives you a confidence boost, and you'll be able to relax into it a little bit more now. So here we have the Ukrainian lifter.
Mustafina. She is put 5 kilos on her PB and on her first attempt of 72.5 here.
Oh, it's a fight, isn't it?
Do you know she didn't crack her face there at all?
No.
Serious concentration.
I think she's losing tightness at the bottom. I think she's not quite keeping it tight, and that's why she's struggling. She's getting the stretch reflex, bit of drive out of the hole, and then she's having to really fight to bring that up. So I wouldn't expect her to put too much more on that.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see any more than 2.5 kilos go on there. Yeah, and confirmed. Coach has put in 80 for her third attempt. So we are into the 43s again. Elena Toksarova, 80 kilos on the bar.
Oh, that's a fight. She went a little bit sideways there, some lateral shift. She brought it up, but it was a struggle.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the third round here is going to be challenging for some of these young ladies.
Now we have the 43 kilo Ukrainian coming out.
Yeah, Kristina Leonyenko.
I mean, she's already 10 kilos above her PB on this attempt.
Oh, knees went in, but again, the strength's there.
She brought it up, no problem.
Yeah, nothing to worry about, I don't think. I think that is one young lady who, well, we might see 5 kilos go on that, potentially. We'll see. Aniela Lis now of Poland. She's coming out for 82.5.
She's 17 years old. It's amazing to me to see these very young lifters, very lightweight lifters moving such heavy weights when you consider that they're all below 50 kilos body weight.
Yeah, absolutely immense. I mean, we see this from the seniors, and we see it even from the masters, that the sport is moving forwards. Records get broken year on year, and we've got some amazing crops of lifters coming through.
And the standards go up year on year.
Yeah, I bet the juniors on the other platform are looking over their shoulders at these young ladies.
I bet they are. So she sets her back position so she can sit back into it.
Unfortunately, well caught back there by the spotters. Resplendent in SBD and Eleiko kit. 2 of our 3 major sponsors, as you can see from the graphics there. We have Eleiko providing platform equipment. We've got SBD providing clothing, and Uplift to connect athletes with coaches.
And as you'll be able to see, as the lifter comes out, she has elected to have one of the racks in. Some lifters do this so they don't bang the plates on the rack on the way out, but the brand new Eleiko racks have a super smooth mechanism which makes adjusting the racks in, racks out position so quick. It's a work of a second.
Yeah, nice piece of engineering.
That's a very assured squat from the young Russian.
Yeah, beautiful
She's the
stuff.
youngest lifter here, and I would say that's one of the best squats we've seen.
Born way back in 2005.
Wow,
yeah.
That makes me feel old.
So Ale Arsenault now from Canada, coming out for 95 kilos. Looking like she is going to be in silver medal position in the squat if she maintains this.
See, a lot of these girls are already into PB territory on their second lifts.
Yeah, absolutely. A squat PB is 90 kilos from what we've been told on the applications.
Now, that was a little bit conservative on depth. I think she should be okay,
about that.
But it was higher than
Yeah.
She got one red light from the centre referee for depth, but the two side referees thought it was fine.
So
you
it's
see
safe
something
to say,
very different from the front.
I think it's safe to say a PB is now 95 kilos.
Now we
Right.
have a world sub-junior record attempt on her second attempt. 103 kilos
Yep.
for a 43 kilo lifter.
Yeah. Now it's very important that if you can do what is called chipping a record by putting half a kilo or a fragment of 2.5 kilos on there, then that gives you a definite advantage.
Now the record is actually 100.5 and she's put 103 on.
Yeah, that is to maintain that half a kilo advantage. So her total is looking like being, should she get her bench press and deadlift openers, 260.5 at this point, which means that she can be comfortably ahead by just half a kilo, which for a 42 kilo bodyweight lifter is very, very important. Oh,
that was so easy.
Beautiful.
You've got to think she's got a lot more to come.
I will
on
take
that.
any odds you like that 103 kilo record is only going to stand until Brianna Morrison graces the platform once
and
again.
You know what? We're straight into another world record.
116 kilos.
Yep.
Alina Rasamakina of Russia.
Now, Brianna took her own world record, but this looks like the Russian girl is going to take someone else's record. Where are we? Yes, the Japanese lifter from last year, Haruka Kani, isn't here this year to defend her world title. And it looks like she's not here to defend her world record either.
Well, if you're watching on the live stream, young lady, I bet you're biting your nails.
So the current world record is 115. She's elected to put a whole kilo on it. You can put half a kilo, but she's got a whole kilo up.
Yep.
This must be nerve-wracking for such a young lifter.
So
She's
here it
18
is.
years old.
World record attempt.
Got really narrow grip, flexibility of some of these lighter lifters. She's handling the weight well. And she's driving it! Yes! Yeah, I'm sure she's got that. Depth was good. Fantastic.
New world
and that's
record.
2 world records in a run from only on her second lifts. So I think we've got a lot more to come.
Okay, so we're into the third round. 80 kilos is on the bar for Valeria Mustafina of Ukraine. And I think we are not going to be disappointed in the third round if we want to see records broken. Brianna Morrison has quite rightly put 5 kilos.
Yeah, her lift looks super easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we've got the Ukrainian lifter out first in the 47s. She's come out she's put an extra 2.5 kilos on.
Yeah,
and I think
that's
she
wise.
had a bit of a fight, didn't she?
The last one was tough. So if she gets this, she's doing very, very well. Bear in mind her PB was her opener. So she's going to be...
A lot of these young lifters make very good progress very quickly.
Every day's a school day, right?
Yeah, well, it is for this young lady. She's 15 years old.
What did you do at the weekend? Well, I competed in the World Championships.
Oh, it's rolling, it's rolling.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I think she lost position a bit. She tipped forward a little bit. The bar rolled up her back, and it's very hard to come back from that position.
Absolutely. She's done well. She's put 5 kilos on her PB.
At the World Championships, that's no mean feat. This is a really tough environment. So next up we are back to the 43 kilo class.
Elena Toxarova.
And if she makes this, it will move her up into bronze medal position on squat.
Yeah, she's 300 kilos lighter than Leonienko.
She's got a high bar position, which is more common in the younger and, oh dear, no, she just shifted across. That wasn't going anywhere.
No messing about. Well caught by the spotters.
You see, she'd only been competing 2 years. You see a lot of the newer lifters squat high bar. A low bar squat position is quite hard on the body, really.
Yeah, I mean, these girls are still growing, so
they don't
want to put too much stress through themselves.
And this young lady's only 17 years old. She's been competing for 2 years, and she's after a small PB on her squat. She's absolutely assured of the squat bronze, but she'd like to make this lift.
Cautious descent, and no. Yeah, we did think that it was going to be tough in the third round for some of these ladies. Apart from anything else, you don't want to tire yourself out. This is a long game.
It's true. When you have a grinder on squats, you have to think that it's going to affect your deadlift at the end of the competition.
Yeah, for all of these ladies, it's fast twitch muscle fibers. You're dumping all the glycogen in your muscles in one go, and you don't have a long time to refuel.
Okay, so this will be her 15 kilo PB on the day. If she makes it, that's absolutely huge. She's absolutely assured of the squat bronze medal.
And it's gone up. Determination on her face there.
Yeah, she's got 2-1. The side referee wasn't happy with the depth, but 2-1 is good enough.
Yeah, as long as both sides are not unhappy with it. Obviously, it teaches you something that if a referee at this level was not happy with your depth, you need to go home and think about it.
So Polina Pavlova from Russia, she's coming out for 100 kilos. Now, 10 minutes ago, 100.5 was the world record. So you have to wonder whether maybe she expected to be able to have a go at the world record on her third attempt. But Brianna Morrison has knocked that a bit further down the road.
Yeah, absolutely safe to say that Morrison is the dominant lifter in this category by a long, long way.
That's very, very deep.
Oh, it's going. Oh,
what a shame.
Oh, it was moving and she lost.
You know, I think she had the strength there, but she just lost her balance.
Did she lose her footing?
I think her balance just went.
So
but,
she had to step.
They're in safe hands with these spotters.
Yeah, we would hope that with these new Eleiko platforms, there's supposed to be a lot more, more friction there.
We have all the new Eleiko equipment out on the platform today, including the platform with the grippy carpet and the new weight plate racks and the bench with the grippy patch as well. And Eleiko have supplied those for all 8 platforms in the warm-up rooms, as well as both platforms out on the front.
The absolute finest in Swedish engineering.
So here
Nothing
we
but the
have
best.
the Canadian lifter at 100 kilos. No, just a little bit too much today.
That's a shame for Ale. Leaves her with a best of 95.
Well, not too much for shame. Silver medal at the World Championships isn't too bad.
Not to be sneezed at. And we are back into record territory. So Brianna Morrison, she took the record. She extended her own record to 103. She's got 108 on the bar now. Just
and you have
half
to
an
wonder
hour
whether
ago.
maybe that has some significance for a national record. Maybe she's being tactical and she wants to chip because she'll carry that half a kilo extra.
Yep.
Normally you can only take 2.5 kilo increments, but she's taken half a kilo extra because it's a world record, and that might just give her an advantage right at the end.
Here she comes now, looking confident. Addressing the bar very fiercely.
Her first 2 lifts were very easy.
Yeah, absolute masterclass.
Very conservative walkout, wasting no energy. Nice depth, and she had a lot more there. I think in future years we're going to see some huge numbers from this young lady. She's very happy.
Big hug for her coach. I think it's safe to say that 108 is only going to stand until Morrison competes again.
Okay, so we have our next world record coming out on the platform. 120 kilos in the 47 kilo class.
Yeah, Alina Rasamakina of Russia. This is the last lift. in
So
this group.
she took the world record on her second attempt, and she'd like to push that a little way down the road.
Again, very serious face, as one would expect when you're doing something of this magnitude. Big contrast to how the American addressed the bar. She's just come out, she's taken it, she's very serious.
It's fascinating how the different lifters
Come on, up,
approach
up,
it differently.
Oh,
she's
no,
just
not today.
not quite there. Her knees collapsed in, and she just couldn't bring that back.
So she's just going to have to be satisfied with squat gold and a world record.
Absolutely.
Life's,
Powerlifters, though.
Life's
Powerlifters.
tough, right?
They'll always go out and say, yeah, but I could have had a bit extra.
Yeah. So we're now into the 52 kilo class for our B group. First out is Yuro Enomoto of Japan. She's opening on a squat PB, and here she comes.
Okay, she's looking fairly relaxed, which is nice to see. Oh dear, I think she's...
We might see some blues here.
I think she'll... Reds are for...
I'm not sure why she's getting the reds.
Reds are for lockout, and I can see the jury is... chap from the jury is on his feet, having a quick chat with the referee. It was squat depth.
So they're saying depth.
Yeah. Red card is squat depth, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. So, no lift, unfortunately, for Enomoto. I mean, she stalled part way up.
Do you know, I think it was just nerves. I think she got halfway down and lost a bit of control and dropped into the hole.
Okay, Madison Hamilton of the USA now on the platform and controlling that beautifully.
She did control it, but
Let's see the
was a conservative on depth, unfortunately. So that's another failed lift.
Yeah, strength there. I would be very surprised if a coach doesn't put that up and just tell her to sink it a little bit deeper.
Okay, so we have...
this is Aminatia now of Kazakhstan, coming out for 85 kilos, which is a conservative opener. Squat PB, we're being told, is 100.
But as we've seen from the first two lifters in the 52s, you want a really easy opener. You want to be confident. You want to get one on the board, not having to worry about bombing.
And that's
That was
exactly
really
what she's
nice.
done here.
Yeah, I think the depth was good. I hope. Just waited 2-1. The centre referee didn't like the depth, but the other two were happy with it. But her form was great. She kept it together. She kept tight, and she controlled it all the way through the lift.
So Wilma Kivikari of Finland now coming out for 90 kilos. I think it's safe to say that these referees have been spoiled by the 43s and 47s when we're talking depth.
True.
So they're expecting the same high standards here from the 52 kilo ladies. Again, we've got a 4-year age span. Kivikari is the youngest.
And that's huge in the sub-juniors.
Born in 2005.
So she's 14 years old. That's the youngest age you can actually compete in the IPF. Look at how low that bar is.
Yeah.
That is such a low bar position.
Oh my goodness, that is
Wow.
depth to die for.
Dear me. Do you
fantastic.
know, that really panicked me. I thought she'd dive bombed it. I thought she'd lost all control. I thought we were going to see her flat on the floor. But okay, that was a good lift. And hopefully that's just her style.
Okay, and the lift for the Japanese lifter, for Enomoto, has been overturned by the jury. So her second attempt is now 65. The jury, I think, decided that the referees were a little too conservative and that they have said that it is a good lift.
Okay, so we have Emmi Viljanen from Finland opening her squat account at 100 kilos.
Bear in mind, she is 4 years older. 4 years between 14 and 18 is a very, very big difference. Wide stance there.
Very wide. That's a sumo squat.
Look at that control. Beautiful.
Yeah, no problem there.
Do you know, Finland always impress me. Always. And
Yeah, that's a very unusual style, but you have to understand that every lifter is different. The biomechanics of the lifter, the different femur lengths, even the way the femur inserts into the hip socket is different person to person, so there's no one style that fits everyone.
No, and I think that's what we're seeing there. Maybe a wider hip insertion is causing a wider stance. So, Sarka Fibin-Grover of Czechia, opening at 102.5 with a PB of 100. Brave.
Brave, she must be confident though.
Yeah,
Training must be going well.
I'm hoping the bravery is justified.
Years competing 1, so she is very new. But you make good progress when you first start. And depth was good.
Yeah, that looked good
No
to me.
problem there.
And it looked good to the referees also. So, well, we've now got a big old jump. Elizaveta Nikitina of Russia is opening at 120 kilos.
Well, this is the defending sub-junior world champion. So no surprise, she's coming out for a very big squat. And she's about 10 kilos off the world record here, so let's see how this goes. You never know, we might see even more sub-junior world records going.
Yeah, I mean, if you're opening at 120, you might take a 10 kilo or 5 kilo jump, but obviously it all depends. It all depends on how this first one goes.
Well, 10 kilo is 20% of body weight for these girls. That's a big jump.
True, but 120 kilos is 120% of body weight, give or take, so phenomenal
Okay,
athletes.
so we've got a really tight back position, really narrow grip. Depth is fine, and she controlled that very well.
Yeah,
you can see why she's the defending world champion.
Absolute more to come here.
3 white lights. So we are round to the second round of squats.
You're at Enomoto.
She
Again,
had some difficulty with depth, but the red lights were overturned by the jury. So she's put 5 kilos on her first attempt, and she's coming out for 65.
Yeah, hopefully lessons were learned.
I hope so. Again, she's a very new lifter, years competing 1.
Yeah. Bear in mind at age 17, you know, to be even capable of this much focus is incredible.
She gets the squat command. She's driving it, but you know, I don't think her depth was there either.
No, I don't think so. So we'll see. She has one in. All is not lost, but that one was never going to go, I don't think. So, Madison Hamilton now. She wants 75. She didn't get this last time.
This was depth again.
Yeah.
So she just needs to be confident. She's safe in the hands of the spotter. She just needs to really sink it. Got a high bar position there, and she's sunk it further this time. Yep, that should be no problem.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yep. I mean,
the referees agree.
Yeah, we don't want to counter, say, the referees, because we have a very different position here. We're looking directly face onto the lifter, so it's not always so easy to judge depth.
Yeah, we're if anything in a similar position to the centre referee, but a little further back. So depth for us is very subjective. Amina Tian now of Kazakhstan. She's coming out for 90 kilos. Last one didn't seem to give her any trouble at all.
And that's very easy as well.
Yeah.
That was a really nice squat.
Beautiful.
For someone so young, she's 18 years old, and to be squatting like that at that age is just superb. It's the standard we expect these days from anyone who's made it to the IPF World Classic Powerlifting Championships.
I think it's safe we've been to say we've been spoiled. So this is Wilma Kivikari of Finland. This is her squat PB. As we said last time, she has 1 rack in. That's probably so she just doesn't want even to risk those plates touching the uprights.
It's just personal preference. On the bigger male lifters, you see people having the racks in so that they can take a wide grip outside the racks.
Yeah,
that's obviously not the case here.
Once you start to get big arms and shoulders.
Low bar. Do you know she's not struggling with the weight. She's bringing that up so nicely. But it's such a worry when you see a lifter dive bomb like that and go so deep.
Yeah, depth was, she practically sat on her heels there.
Yeah. I think she might be giving away a little bit. All the lifters have their different styles, but you have to think if she could control that a bit better and cut it a bit higher. But obviously that's dangerous territory as well, because once you start cutting it a little bit higher, you want to make sure you're not cutting it too high.
Yeah, you've got to walk the line, haven't you? So Emmi Viljanen now of Finland, out at 105, exceeding a PB by 2.5. This is the lady with the very wide stance we saw last time. But she pulled off a beautiful squat. And we hope to see the same again.
I think depth is fine.
And the control as she comes down is a thing of beauty.
It looks almost more like an equipped squat than a raw squat.
Maybe she also trains in equipment.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Sarka Fibin-Grover now of Czechia. 107.5. In bronze medal position at the moment. This will move her into provisional silver on the squat.
Just taking a moment to compose herself.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say in the 52 kilos, the Russian is looking to absolutely dominate here. So I think the fight is really for...
And,
no.
That's a shame. She nearly had it, nearly all the way up.
That's a shame.
She tries that again and just keeps a bit tighter, gets a little bit more drive out of the hole. Okay.
She's going to be walking out there wondering if 105 might have been a better attempt, but
you can't go down.
You can't go down, and she needs to exceed what Viljanen does because she is heavier on body weight. So, Elizaveta Nikitina of Russia, 125 kilos. And this didn't, the 120 didn't give her any trouble at all. So, the Russian bear seems to be rampant in this 52 kilo class. The focus on her face is incredible to see. And up it goes.
That was very nice.
Yeah, seemed to give her more trouble than the last one.
Yeah, it was slower. It was for sure slower, but she's only 5 kilos off the world record here, so, you know, these are big weights.
Wouldn't expect to see much more than 5 go on to that. And really, if she was to say, do you know what, I'm not coming out for my last squat, again, I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be very surprised, if I'm honest. These young lifters want to do as much as they can. She wants to assure herself of the... Looking at the projected totals, actually, she's going to be a long way ahead.
This is it. She doesn't need it, but I think her coach has been over to the table with an attempt, and 130.5 has gone in for a world record.
If your position is assured, why not have a crack at the world record?
I guess.
Why not? But here we have Yura Enomoto on the platform at the moment. She's taking 65 kilos. No, she dropped it, didn't she?
She got the depth, but she lost tightness at the bottom. Yeah. So not the best day on the platform for Enomoto, unfortunately.
So next up,
Madison Hamilton. Yeah. She is coming out for 80 kilos. She missed the 75 on her first attempt, but got it on her second.
Yeah, her depth was fine on the second. It may just well be nerves.
Take your time. Wait. Perfect. Hold it.
Absolutely, very, very nice.
Yeah, no problem there. So
perfect, said Mr. Keller behind us.
This is one of my girls from Florida. Her and Brianna. We developed in our program.
So, we now have Amina Tian from Kazakhstan coming out for 95 kilos.
Now, I hope this looks just as smooth as the last two.
This will move her up to 4th place for the moment.
Very,
and her
very
technique
calm.
has looked very good.
Oh.
And no difference. She had to fight it.
Slowed down, but didn't stop. And
centre referee didn't like the depth, but the other two thought it was fine. Yeah, I think we're going to see some really great squatting from her in the future. Even though she had to fight, she didn't lose her form. She kept it tight. She kept her position, and she just fought through.
Wilma Kivikari now of Finland. 97.5. This will move her into 4th place on squat if she gets it.
And this will be a PB.
So prepare to sink.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you know, I
no.
thought that was going for a moment.
Yeah, I think
I'd
so
really
did she,
like
but
to see a bit more control in the descent there.
bear in mind these young ladies are, well,
Very young.
very young.
Yeah.
So it's now we have 2 lifters out for 107.5 here. Emmy Viljanen will be followed by Fibin Grover of Czechia. They're both out for 107.5, but Fibin Grover is heavier on body weight. So she's got to be hoping that Emmy Viljanen doesn't make this in order to secure the silver
Well, I think initially
on
she's going to be focused on her own lift. She's just going to come out and do what she can. She's got that super wide sumo squat stance. Very careful and a lot of drive.
Yeah, let's see if that was rewarded.
Yep,
It was
3 white
indeed
lights.
3 white lights. So Saka Fibin Grover of Czechia. She didn't get this last time. So supreme focus required now. 2 squats remain in this round.
Okay, so this will be to... Oh, this won't move her up. So she's assured of the bronze medal in squat already, though.
Yeah, she's just she's
heavier
95.
than the Finnish lifters, yeah.
Yeah, 950 grams, so just under a kilo. Heavier. So she would have had to exceed the Finnish lifter, but 2.5 kilos to somebody who weighs 50 odd.
I think
is
it's more
a lot.
important that you put in the lift that you can do and
Absolutely.
that you put kilos on the board.
And that is a lift that she can do.
Absolutely, fantastic. And that's a bronze medal in squat for the Czech lifter.
Yeah, fantastic work.
So now we have our, what is this? Is this the 5th world record attempt that we've had just in this session?
Yeah, it is. It is 130.5 on the bar for Elizaveta Nikitina of Russia.
So the record belongs to Fanny Laminen of Finland, who isn't here today. It may be that she's moved up to the juniors, or it may be that she just isn't at the championship. So here we go. World
Supreme
record
focus.
on the bar. You can't imagine the pressure on these young ladies.
I certainly can't. 130.5. 2 red plates and some change. At age 18 on the world stage for a world record.
Here we go. She looks up for her command, prepares herself. It's deep enough.
Come
Can
on,
she
come
stand
on!
up? And she has. I think that's good.
Oh, yes.
And that's
New
a new
world
world record
record.
for the young Russian lady. Fantastic. We've seen some incredible squatting here this morning. And we have more action to come in bench press in 10 minutes. Join us then.
Don't go away.
And we are back at the Helsingborg Arena in Sweden for the World Classic Powerlifting Championships. We have bench press up next for the 43 kilo, 47 kilo and 52 kilo sub-juniors.
If you just tuned in, what a squat session you missed. We saw records broken in all three classes, 43, 47 and 52.
Absolutely superb lifting.
Yeah, amazing stuff. So, the first lady out is Elena Toksarova for 45 kilos on the bench
Looks
press.
like we're going to see a huge arch here. Yes.
Yep.
Some real gymnastics going on there. And a lot of these young, lighter lifters. Wow. You could drive a bus under that arch. That's amazing.
Very, very flexible. Obviously, the more arch you can put up, the further the bar does not have to move. And that looked like a good opener
It
to me.
looked fantastic, yeah. Looking resplendent in her SPD Winter Edition apparel.
One of our three top sponsors is SPD, along with Uplift and Eleiko. as you
SPD
can
providing all the T-shirts for the platform crew, as well as a lot of the lifting kit for many of the athletes we see here today.
Yeah, and all of the platform equipment and the shorts on the spotters are provided by Eleiko from right here in Sweden.
So,
I was going to say sunny Sweden, but it isn't very sunny today. It is still beautiful, though. So Valeria Mustafina now is out for the same weight, 45 kilos. And again, what an arch.
this is 7.5 kilos above her PB. Oh, a little bit shaky, but it didn't give her any trouble.
Yeah, looked a little tough, though. I'm not sure how much more is going to go. I mean, the problem with these ladies, she has just benched effectively body weight. And a 2.5 kilo jump, percentage of body weight wise, is a long, long
Yeah,
way.
they're very light girls. And the thing about the bench press, especially for the females, is this is the one that takes a long time to develop. It's quite a technical lift, and it takes a long time for young ladies to put on muscle in the chest area and in the shoulder area, much more so than with the chaps.
Yeah.
So for the ladies, the bench press is the one that really responds to time training. Oh, I think she pushed that a little bit forward, you know. I think that's why it was a bit of a struggle. We might see that her further lifts aren't quite that difficult.
Nonetheless, rewarded with 3 white lights and a good lift there. So she's on the board. We now move to Polina Pavlova of Russia, coming out for 52.5 kilos. Bear in mind she weighed in at 42.95 kilos this morning.
So all these young ladies are starting out at way above body weight. She just took a moment to explain to her spotter exactly what she needed, which is good to see. You know, these platform crew are very experienced, but they're not mind readers. And that's another huge arch, isn't it?
It
The
is.
arch brings the chest up, and it reduces the range of motion slightly. It also
Easy.
makes it into more of a decline motion, which
Yeah.
helps the press. And that was a very easy press, wasn't it?
Yeah, no problem there for Polina. Ale Arsenault now. She is coming out for 55 kilos. At 46.65 body weight, she's in the 47 kilo class.
So she's not been competing very long. She's 18 years old, so this is quite a big lift for a 47 kilo lifter.
Yeah, choosing to bench with a belt on there, which...
It's not unusual. Some lifters do. Some lifters find it gives them a bit of extra tightness, and that gave her no problem at all, did it? That was
No.
technically a very good bench press.
Again, it's down to whatever works for you, as long as it's within the rules. If you want to wear a belt on your bench, do feel free to do so. Equipped lifters obviously will always do that to make sure that the shirt stays down. So Brianna Morrison now.
Now, Brianna already has the world record in bench press at 61 kilos, and she's opening at 57.5, so you've got to think she feels like there's a world record incoming.
Another world record.
Another world record.
Will she go home with the full suite? Only
Never
time will
know.
tell, but
Okay, she's got a very wide grip.
Again, if you can do that, it means that the bar doesn't have to move as far.
You know, there was a lot of leg drive there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a yellow card from one side referee, but the other referee thought it was fine.
So I'm wondering whether that means that the glutes came off the bench slightly.
I was wondering. I was looking at the side camera, and it looked to me like they may have. It wasn't very clear, so I'm not surprised to see a split decision there.
No, she wants to watch that, but
So the head, the shoulders, and the bum must stay on the bench, and the feet must stay flat on the floor throughout the duration of the lift.
Leonyenko now of Ukraine.
Now, this is something special, isn't it? She's opening at 1 kilo below the sub-junior world record.
5 kilos above her bench press PB.
Wow.
Brave stuff. I can only imagine what's going through their minds at this moment.
So she's
Wide
got a
grip
nice
again.
big arch and a wide grip that reduces the range of motion, and indeed it didn't move very far, did it?
I think it moved as far as it needed to.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very assured press.
Oh, yes.
Wow, we're going to see some world records fall today.
So Brianna Morrison's put in 62.5 for her next attempt.
Well,
so
I think she could see that she's got real competition from the Ukrainian girl.
yeah, Alina Rasamakina now, 65 kilos on the bar.
And this is only 3 kilos below the 47 kilo world record.
Yeah, again, she took the
Very
the world
impressive
record
lifting
in squat.
today.
So you have to think that she is another young lady who is wanting to take home not just gold medals but also records. Just got to get one in though. This all-important first round of bench.
Her arms are shaking quite a lot there. That's a very wide grip and a wide stance.
No problem there. A little slow to move off the chest, but once it got moving,
We've got some sub-junior technicians in here today.
absolutely. I'm honoured to just be in the same room as these young ladies.
Okay, so that's everybody's got their first bench press in, which is fantastic.
Sea of green is what we always want to see.
And
So
we
now the
move
game
into
begins.
The second round. So we have first out Valeria Mustafina from the Ukraine. She's one of our newest lifters and one of our youngest lifters here today.
Yep, unsurprisingly, Rasamakina has put in 68.5, so she wants to take that record with her second. But Mustafina
is about to attempt a 10 kilo competition PB on bench press.
on the world stage.
And
Slow
that's-
but steady.
She had to work for it. It was definitely wasn't super easy, but it didn't dip. There was nothing wrong with the lift. I'm not sure how much more she will have, because the minimum she can go up is 2.5 kilos, and that is such a significant fraction of her body weight at this point.
So here comes Aniela Lis of Poland, also for 47.5. Also has 45 on the board.
So this will move her up into a bronze medal position because she's lighter than the Ukrainian.
250 grams, which is plenty at this body weight.
She's not quite got it.
No.
She had a very wide descent. She didn't tuck very much into the descent, and sometimes if you don't tuck at all, it's hard to get the lats involved, and it's hard to lift the chest and really use the back.
So I mean, that may go next time. If it's a technique fail, then you may find that you get it right, you get it nailed, and it is going to go. And sometimes you even see people put that up, but I'm not sure.
I
if
wouldn't
see
expect
that
her
today.
to put that up.
No. Depends on the confidence of the Polish coaches.
So this is a 5 kilo increase. That's more than 10% of her body weight she's gone up from first to second bench.
Yeah, Elena Toksarova of Russia.
Oh dear, no.
I think you could give all the cards there for that one, but
Quite
they've elected to
possibly.
give yellows.
Everything went wrong for her there. I think it just went in the wrong direction. It went up, it went down. She's got another try at that. It may well go.
Yeah. So Polina Pavlova of Russia is now coming out for 57.5. Again, she's put 5 kilos on from a previous attempt. Again, that is 10% and more of body weight, considering this young lady is in the 43 kilo sub-junior class. Absolutely phenomenal. We're here in the IPF at the pinnacle of powerlifting in the world.
Okay, she's driving that up. That's a good lift.
Yeah, no doubt.
There was no question. That was the right decision to go up 5 kilos. I think she may well have another 2.5 in her.
Yeah, I think so. I'm certainly hoping so. Ale Arsenault now of Canada. Coming out for 60 kilos. 5 kilo increase on her last lift.
These are big lifts for such young, lightweight girls.
Yeah, she has the silver medal, I would say, pretty much in the bag already. But there is nothing like defending your position and opening up a bigger gap.
Oh, it's a fight. It's a struggle.
And I don't
she's
think
ground to a
that's
halt.
moving, unfortunately. No.
Just a bit too heavy.
Again, that may just be a case of not enough drive off the chest. I wouldn't expect to see that go up for her next attempt, though. No. Brianna Morrison now. 62.5 on the bar.
Yeah,
her PB 61.
This is an attempt at a new
World sub-junior record, for Brianna Morrison.
It's her own world record. And she's going to want to hang on to that because she's got real competition from the Ukrainian lifter.
It's a lonely place when the only person you have to beat is yourself, but that is where Brianna Morrison is living at the moment.
Well, I think that might change very soon.
She weighed in at 42 kilos as well. She's given away a kilo in the class.
Oh, I wonder if... See, from my position, I can see there's a lot of leg drive, but I don't have the side view.
No problem.
The referees were happy, so there was no problem with that.
And that is a new World Sub-Junior record for Brianna Morrison, and she has an attempt in hand.
But don't go anywhere, because the Ukrainian lifter is going to try and take that straight off her with 63 kilos.
So Kristina Leonienko is aiming to be the new World Sub-Junior record holder. Take it away from Brianna Morrison.
She's looking very focused.
Now, Morrison's coach only has 30 seconds in which to put in his next attempt, so I don't think he can hedge his bets, and he is coming over to the table now. So,
yeah, and I think that's the point. The coach must put in the next attempt within 60 seconds, and that stops any real game playing of trying to delay putting the attempt in to see what the other lifter's done.
Obviously, with the third round of deadlift, there can be 2 changes, so you do get some poker games going on, but here...
Okay, so we have that super wide grip and that huge arch. And I think that's a good lift.
So, Brianna.
I think that's 2 world records in the space of a minute.
I think that is 2 world records in the space of a minute. Now, Brianna's coach has put in 65, which I think is the only safe way to go for her third attempt. I
expect to see 65.5 go in for the Ukrainian.
So, speaking of World Sub-Junior records, Alina Rasamakina of Russia, 68.5 kilos on the bar, 3.5 kilos above what she pressed for her opener.
Now
this will be a World Sub-Junior record.
It will, and she's taking it from a Swedish lifter who isn't here today.
And out she comes. Bar loaded. And again, that supreme calmness.
She's very focused, isn't she?
She absolutely is. I think, to be fair, at this level, you absolutely have to be.
Absolutely. She's got quite a wide stance, quite a wide foot position.
Yeah, she's got quite long limbs, so...
Good control of that bar.
Makes sense to minimise the range of motion. Come on, it's moving. Oh, I think...
No, do you know what? I think that descent was so fast, I think she may have lost a little control, lost a little tightness. I mean, you don't want to be super slow and use up all your energy on the descent, but for me, that was just a little bit too quick.
Okay, so she's going to have to do at least 68.5 for her next attempt, but we're into round 3 now.
Yeah, she can't drop it. She'll have to take that again. I don't think she'll go up.
No, I wouldn't have thought that will change. So Aniela Lees now is 47.5 kilos for a second attempt at this weight.
Now, she didn't make this last time, but she seemed to not really tuck in or get much tightness for it. So
When
maybe
you say tuck in, you're talking about bringing the elbows in, which brings the
Yeah.
triceps into play, right?
well, you tuck in and it brings the lats into play really, and if it raises the back a little bit, it gives you a bit more back to use. So I feel like she might have tucked a little bit better that time. Oh, but it's still a bit too
not
heavy.
enough, unfortunately.
So 2.5 kilo increment, which is the minimum they can take between lifts.
Yeah, for these
It's-
young ladies, it's a
it's
big
a huge
percentage of
amount.
body weight, right?
It is. In weightlifting, you can go up by 1 kilo at a time, but here it has to be 2.5 kilos, and sometimes that's a big jump to make at these lighter body weights. Next up, we are in the 43s.
Yeah,
with
this is Elena
Toxarova.
Toxarova, 50 kilos for a second attempt at this weight. Again, they're so marginal at this body weight. They're so marginal. Obviously, the minimum that can be pressed in the IPF is the bar and collars at 25 kilos.
Yeah, but these girls are well in advance of that.
They are.
And, I think she's got that.
Hopefully, it did stop. I don't think it
I
dipped.
don't think it dipped.
And neither do
Well-
the referees.
The centre ref did, but the two-side referees didn't. The rule is that the whole bar must dip.
Yeah, so she has that on her second attempt.
Oh, excuse me, that was a yellow card, not a blue, so that was for something else.
Yeah, that's for a change of elective position, most
Well,
likely.
there's about 7 failures that could be a yellow card, so
Yeah.
it's not always clear exactly what the referee saw.
No. So, 50 kilos again on the bar for Valeria Mustafina of Ukraine. Before she came out here today, her bench press PB was 37.5. She's got 50 on the bar now.
That's unbelievable.
Every day's a school day, right? Well, her job is a pupil, so...
Here we go. Huge PB attempt.
And
No,
no.
just nothing there. So it goes to show her second attempt was relatively easy. Puts 2.5 kilos on it, and it goes nowhere.
She's walking out of here with a 10 kilo PB.
Yeah, and she looks happy.
Yeah.
She doesn't look disappointed with that.
So we're back into the 43s now. Polina Pavlova of Russia, 60 on the bar. 2 lifters wanting this weight in this A group.
And again, we're seeing a situation where 10 minutes ago, she would have been 1 kilo off the world record.
10 minutes is a long time in world-class powerlifting.
So this is a massive lift for a 43 kilo sub-junior. She's 14 years old.
It isn't going to change her her position in the bench press. But every kilo
Oh, that
matters
was
when it
lovely.
comes to the total.
That was a fantastic third
Yeah,
attempt.
you can't fault that. Yeah, so she is going to be thinking now, maybe 62 would have gone, but
That's the
60
powerlifter's curse, isn't
obviously, but 60 is the sensible choice. The remains on the bar for Ali Arsenal.
it? Better to say I could have done more than I wish I'd tried for less.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is the second attempt at 60. She's assured of the silver medal.
Yeah, this isn't going to change her position within this lift, but it's all about the total, really.
Keeps her chest nice and high.
Come on, move,
And
move,
she's
move, move,
driving
move.
it. It's still going.
Extend that
did
right
it
arm.
dip? Let's see what the
Well,
referees
we're about to
say.
find out. Oh,
Yes, the
I'm
referees
afraid
did
not.
think it dipped. What a shame. What a shame, because she managed to lock it out. And it's such a shame when you actually complete the lift and fail on a technical error.
Yeah, and her coach agrees. With a 2-1, you can go to the jury, but not on this occasion. So,
here we are. Here we're into our round of world record attempts.
63.5 kilos, Kristina Leonienko of Ukraine.
She took the world record from Brianna Morrison on
With
her second
63,
attempt, and
yep.
she's only going to go up half a kilo.
Yeah, Brianna wants 65, so we have a world
See, I think
record
that's
battle in the bench.
That's a brave move from Brianna.
I think it's what she had to do, because when her coach put 65 in, she didn't know what Leonienko was going to have done. So she had to go for that, and up it goes. Come on!
I don't know if she jumped the command, you know. She definitely went on the P of the press.
Well,
One of the referees thought that her glutes came off the bench, but that was a good lift and a new Well, she's just extended her own world sub-junior record, but
Brianna Morrison now, 65 kilos on the bar, US of A. If she takes this, she will extend the record by 2 kilos. And this is a phenomenal
so the world
lifter.
record was 61 kilos when we started this session, and she's pushed it up, and the Ukrainian girl pushed it up twice, and we are into our 4th attempt just in this weight class on world record benches.
Now this is going to be super awesome for Brianna, bearing in mind that she is the lightest lifter in class as well. Come on, Brianna.
5, 4.
And there it
That's
is.
superb.
So let's see the lights. Yes.
Again, the side referee indicated that her bum came up a little bit. However, 2-1 is good enough.
That was a new world record. So we've seen
That's
it
a
change
new
hands
world
4
sub-junior
times
world
within
record.
the 43s, and the game does not stop here. We are at 68.5 kilos. Alina Rasamakina, world sub-junior record attempt at 68.5. Didn't go last
quite
time.
Make this last time.
Here it is. It's all or nothing for
It's
the
such a technical
supremely
lift.
focused Russian lifter.
Get it exactly right, it may well go.
'52s are going to be coming up after this, but all eyes are on this platform now. 68.5 kilos for a new world record.
Here we go, super wide grip.
To match the
Huge
squat record
arch.
she took, hopefully.
And it's
on,
going!
yes!
I think she's got it.
I think so.
Let's look at the results.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's I don't know, 5 sub-junior world records in a row. Absolutely superb lifting from these young girls.
And it's worth mentioning that was the only 47 who got her 3rd attempt. So these young ladies are trying really hard here.
Okay, we're into the 52 kilo class now.
Yura Enomoto of Japan, first out with 40 kilos. Which is her PB. So scary stuff on the world stage, matching your PB on your opener.
Absolutely. Now, I've just looked up the world record because we have seen world records change hands so many times, and it's an absolutely incredible 110.5. I've had to check this about 3 times.
110.5 in the 52s.
Yeah, by a lifter from Nauru.
Okay.
So, we have Yura Enomoto from Japan on the bench at the moment. So I don't think we'll be seeing a world record in this class.
No. I mean, the closest might be Nikitina, but even she's only open at 75. Nice opener. Nice opener
that's
for Yura.
nice, careful and controlled. Good lift.
That's got to give her some confidence because she didn't have the best day on squat.
No.
And that was a nice, easy opener.
So she's
for her.
on the board, and now she can have a go.
So the first of our 2 Finns is coming out now, Wilma Kivikari. She wants 42.5.
Always good benches, the Finns. Seems to be a bit of a national pastime. Finns and Japanese seem to be very keen on the bench. No wrist wraps for this young lady.
She'll have been supplied with those by SBD though, right?
That was a very nice opening lift for Wilma.
Yeah, 3 white lights at 42.5.
I imagine she's going to go up significantly from there.
And Finn follows Finn. This is Emmy Viljanen, 4 years the senior of Wilma. She's only gone up by 2.5 kilos.
Okay, she's
Being told by the centre referee that she must enter the bench from the back.
Do you know, there isn't a rule against it.
But don't argue with the centre referee.
No. Yeah, I can see the technical secretary having a word.
Mr. Johan Smith, his very own self.
So, yeah, I have actually done this myself as a referee, told someone they couldn't approach from that way, and then it turned out not to be a rule.
So you're speaking from experience.
Yeah. However, it's not stopped it. That was super easy.
Yep.
It's not. She's not let it phase her at all.
Nice opener for Emmy at 45. Madison Hamilton, opening at 47.5. Her bench press PB is 50, so this is a conservative opener. She just wants to get one on the board. And Hanny Smith is just having a word with the platform crew to make sure that the safety bars are in place. Obviously, we have some of the best spotters in the world on this platform, but the safety bars are there. Belt and braces, right?
So the lifter has elected to use blocks. Sometimes lifters are a bit shorter in the leg, or maybe it just feels a bit more comfortable position. Use blocks, and that's a lovely easy opener. That's what you want your opener to look like.
Yeah, certainly worked for Madison Hamilton. Yeah. Another confidence point once you've got your opener in. Sarka Fibingrova of Czechia coming out for 52.5 kilos. Again, 2.5 below her PB.
But in excess of body weight as an opener.
I only dream of body weight bench. Maybe I need to eat less.
Well, you've got a decent bench for a cyclist.
How dare you.
Okay, we have the Czech lifter on the platform at the moment. She's 18 years old. She's only been competing for a year, and here she is on the world stage.
Yeah.
Very long arms, that bar. Actually didn't have that far to travel because she had a nice big arch, and she made short work of that.
Yeah, that didn't seem to give her any problems at all. Very, very confident there at 52.5. Amina Tian of Kazakhstan, she was a very, very calm squatter, so we'll see whether that extends through into the bench press.
She had great technique, didn't she? She didn't lose form at all, even when she had to fight through a heavy weight.
Yeah, looks supremely unflappable. We're not seeing a lot of chalk on the back of these lifters. I think that's down to the fact that we have these wonderful new Eleiko benches with that very, very friction-giving pad on the back.
Yeah, it's perforated. There's a place on the bench that's perforated to be grippy. And oh, look at that tiny range of motion!
If that was 6 inches, I'd be very, very, very surprised.
I don't think it was anything like 6 inches.
No.
And of course, that's perfectly legal. The bench press is to take the bar from extended arms down to the chest and press it out again. And if you can reduce that range of motion in any legal way, of course you'd be stupid not to.
Okay, so 75 kilos is on the bar for Elizaveta Nikitina. It's safe to say she is somewhat dominant in the 52 kilo sub-juniors.
She's a long way ahead, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she's nearly 20 kilos ahead.
She's still got to get a bench in. She's still got to get a deadlift in.
Yeah, it looks very good as an attempt, but it's going to look better when it goes green on the scoreboard.
And this is another huge arch.
Fingers crossed for
wow,
Elizaveta.
Look at that. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, again,
I don't expect this bar to
not
travel
move too
very far. She's got a nice wide grip. Here we go. Oh, she had to work a little bit to drive that off the chest.
Slow.
But once it was moving, it just sped to lockout. Fantastic.
Yeah. And that is it. We have greens all the way through in round one
and I
for
think
both
that
the A and the B
pretty
group.
much assures her of the gold medal in bench, just like she got the gold medal in squat.
I mean, if we're looking at projections now, I know it's only tentative, but she is kind of looking at being 80 kilos ahead.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah.
So if you're Inamoto,
45 kilos
so
on the
she's
bar.
gone up 5, which is quite a big.
And I think, has she asked for the rack height to be changed?
She has asked the rack height to be changed, but the clock's still ticking.
Yeah, so that must be something that she's asked for rather than the rack height being set differently.
So if she came out last time and the rack wasn't right for her, she should have asked her coach to have that changed and not use up a valuable time on the platform for that. Because she's down to 18, 17 seconds now.
She's got the start command.
Very careful descent. I don't think she's got anything left.
No, absolutely not.
Sometimes if you're too tentative, you don't. My first coach used to describe the descent as loading a crossbow. So you want to build tension into the chest and then pop it off. but I think it was just a little bit loose, and you saw the bar moving around as it came down.
So that was the legend Jim Blanchflower, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
indeed. So Wilma Kivikari out now from Finland. 45 kilos on the bar for Wilma. She is one of the youngest athletes in this class. She is only 14 years old. But I tell you what,
Yeah, that was strong.
that didn't look like a novice lift to me. Good stuff from Wilma. 3 white lights and a good lift. And Finn follows Finn once again. Emmy Filjanen now. Coming out for 50 kilos.
So this matches. Oh, it's a little bit under her PB.
Yeah, we're being told it's 52.5.
I think this is her first international.
Years competing 4, but yeah, she might only have been doing national competitions up until now. You may find that there's a junior or a sub-junior who's just moved up to juniors, so has made a space in the team.
But that was a
Controlled
lovely
descent,
lift.
and that's very similar to the squat descent. This is a very controlled young lady indeed.
Yeah, she went up 5 kilos. I think that was a good shout. I think she's easily got at least another 2.5 kilos in her.
Madison Hamilton also out for 50. US of A. Only 14 years old. Years competing 3. So this must have been in.
So the rule is that you can only compete from your 14th birthday in the IPF, but local rules are different. So she can compete in the youth nationals and high school nationals in the USAPL.
Yeah, a lot of grassroots powerlifting in the USA.
I did see her. You know, I saw her fingers open a little bit on the bar as it came up. It's not a fail. It's not a reason for failure. But I would worry about loosening the grip on the bar as you push it to lock out.
Yeah, you
But
want to hold
I'm-
on to something when it's over your face, right?
Yeah, but I'm.
55 on the bar now for Sarka Fibbing-Grover.
It was a good lift, so I'm complaining about details.
Ever the perfectionist, right? So 55 for Sarka. This will put her in provisional silver medal position within the bench.
Yeah, she's currently sitting in bronze medal position. We've got a few lifts yet to go.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen, really, because these are, as we've said before, 2.5 kilo jump for anyone in any of these 3 classes is a long, long way. But
but that was lovely. That was very easy.
Fantastic.
She looks very happy
Yeah,
with
look
that.
at the smile on her
As
face.
you would be. You make any lift look that easy on this platform and you should be very happy.
Amina Tian now from Kazakhstan, 62.5.
Now her PB coming into the competition was 55 kilos, so she's already smashed that, and she's looking for 62.5.
Yeah, no, and if
next.
that was set a year ago, she's going to have made a lot of progress.
That's a huge arch. The flexibility of these girls, I'm very jealous. That bar doesn't have to go very far at all.
Little tough
Beautiful.
to start, but
Beautiful.
kept it moving. Yeah, and rewarded with 3 whites.
I think she's one to watch. Her technique and her form and her strength have been phenomenal all the way through the competition.
Absolutely.
And she's now in silver medal position on bench.
Yeah, 1 round to go. We've got 80 kilos on the bar now for the dominant Elizaveta
Do you know,
Nikitina.
that's absolutely incredible for a 52 kilo lifter at 18 years old. I mean, this must be her last year in the sub-juniors. She'll move up to the juniors next year. But an 80 kilo bench from a 52 is amazing.
Yeah, I guess she wants to leave a lasting impression.
Okay, so she's got a lovely big arch. She's got a wide grip to minimise the distance the bar has to travel. She gets the start command.
Last one wasn't quick, but it was confident. And this
it's
is
going,
moving,
it's
but that
moving.
is tough. See what the referees say.
Well, I think that was a good lift.
Yeah, and they
3 white
agree with
lights.
you. They agree.
But
So
I would question how much more she has.
I think the most we're going to see go on there is 82.5,
I
and
would
it's
wonder
touch and go.
whether she won't come out at all. Do you know, she probably will. She'll probably put 2.5 kilos on it, have a go at it.
They're very young. They've got a lot of energy, and it's a reasonably big group. There is a reasonable amount of time for recuperation.
True.
Enomoto now coming out for no, yeah, she's Nicotina has elected to not
Yeah, I
go
thought
up.
so. It
Yeah.
does, even though it's only bench, it does take it out of your back, especially if you're going to try and, you get into that huge arch, and, it's a very taxing position.
So don't say it's only bench when we have a Japanese lady on the platform. We have 45 kilos on the bar for Enomoto. She didn't get this last time.
No, she had a very nervous descent, didn't she?
She did.
Didn't seem
So
to
if she
quite
controls
lock it in.
that, we may find it very different.
No, I think she's
No,
lost
she
it.
lost
Yeah.
tightness. She saw it settle.
Yeah.
No, not today for Enomoto, I'm afraid.
But, she's only been competing for a year. I think a bit of experience, and with the bench press, you just have to keep going. You just have to put the work in and keep training it and build up the musculature of the chest. It just takes a long time.
So the first of our two Finns, Wilma Kivikari, 47.5 on the bar. She's gone up a regular 2.5 each time. Super fast descent, and no.
Just a little bit too heavy today.
Yeah, it all went wrong. You saw the butt come up, which is a sure sign that everything else has already failed. So no lift there.
So we have the American lifter come out next.
Yeah. Madison Hamilton at 52.5 kilos.
She's already matched her PB. She's going to look for a PB on the international stage. Can she do it?
We're about to find out. You can feel the tension, can't you?
Relatively narrow grip compared to some of the other girls, and not much of an arch. I
You
don't think that's going to go.
you could see a hand moving about, her right hand on the bar.
I would say you're not gripping tightly enough if your hand can move about on the bar.
I mean, that may have been a wrist flexing slightly, but
She was
nonetheless.
14 years old and she's benching over body weight.
3 to
So-
go. 55 on the bar now for Emmy Viljanen.
So she's gone up 5 kilos. I mean, her second did look very easy.
Yeah, this is a lady who's demonstrated a great deal of control on both of the lifts that we've seen. We've got Gaston Parage, president of the IPF, taking a great interest in this one. If there's a man who loves powerlifting.
Here we go. Big breath in.
And she didn't
And
lose
it's
tightness.
going.
That is
It's
a
a
fight.
big fight. No, I think that is a very well judged third attempt.
Oh,
and
very
she's
nice.
Got 3 white lights for it.
Very nice. That is a tough one for someone of that
So that's
body weight.
given her the bronze medal in bench. For the moment, she's got the bronze medal in bench.
Yeah. Fibbing Grover, Saka Fibbing Grover wants 57.5.
And she's going to want to take that medal away.
She is. She has to do more than Viljanen because she is heavier. But this is only a 2.5 kilo jump for her. And I don't think the last two have looked too tough, really.
Well, it's such a difficult one, isn't it?
It's very subjective.
It's very
'cause
technical, and it's 2.5 kilo jump can be quite a lot.
well, here we go.
Oh. It slowed down. She had a bit of a sticking point there, but she drove through it. And 2 to 1, it was a good lift. So that's given her the bronze medal on bench.
Yeah. So with the last one now, this is Amina Tian of Kazakhstan. Obviously, Elizaveta Nikitina has elected not to go for her last attempt.
Yeah,
she
I
already
think she
has
was
80.
right on the limit with her
Why
second
try,
attempt. So here we are with the very impressive lifter from Kazakhstan today.
Yeah.
She's assured of the silver medal in bench. She can't move up with this lift, but it's going to give her a 10 kilo PB.
Yeah, and bearing in mind that on projection, there's only 5 kilos separating second
Well,
and third. She needs
every
this.
kilo counts then.
Up it goes.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yes.
That was, you know, the bar was perfectly straight. That was just such a great lift. This girl is a technician.
Absolutely. I mean, Nikitina is moving more weight than her, but
And there we are for bench press for the sub-junior ladies. We are back in 10 minutes with the deadlift.
see you then.
And we are back for deadlifts. They do say the party doesn't start till the bar hit the floor, and the bar has hit the floor. We are delighted to have sponsors Eleiko, SBD and Uplift. Uplift is the app that connects you with vetted coaches. It connects athletes and coaches across the world, enabling them to train smart.
Okay, so here we are in the 43s, and we are going to see some action here. 75 kilos is on the bar for Elena Toxarova.
And that was a nice lift.
Opened her account nicely. Obviously, within the first round, this is all about getting one on the board. But in the 43 kilo class, we are going to see the records for total changing hands between the top two.
Well, we've
got
seen
very
records
close
changing hands and records falling like summer rain. We have the Polish lifter coming out now for 85 kilos.
Yeah, this is Aniela Lis of Poland.
So this lift is electing to pull conventional. She's got her hands outside her legs. It's a little bit of difficulty getting it off the floor there. But
Yeah, it was a little shaky, but once it started moving, there was no stopping it.
A lot of the younger, lighter weightlifters pull sumo, where the hands are on the bar inside the feet.
So Ale Arsenault of Canada now coming out for 97.5 kilos.
Just a reminder that we've got the 43 kilo class and the 47 kilo class lifting together. These are sub-junior ladies, which means they're under 18 years old, between 14 and 18.
If you just tuned in, we are in lovely Helsingborg, and we have seen records changing hands, hand over fist here, and we expect nothing less in this last session. Beautiful for the Canadian.
Looking very confident there. I'd expect she can put a fair bit more weight on there.
So we're round to Brianna Morrison.
And here is where the excitement starts. This will be on her opening deadlift. She'll take the world sub-junior total record.
Now the top two in this class, which is Morrison and Pavlova, are separated on total, should they get their openers, by 2 kilos only.
Now this is Brianna's own total record. She set this in Calgary last year.
As we said previously, if you've only yourself to beat, the world is a lonely place, but that is where Brianna Morrison is living currently. And there it is. No
easy.
doubt whatsoever.
That's the easiest world record you'll see today.
Well, I wouldn't speak too soon, because she's got 2 lifts left, and that's 3 white lights for her. So that is a new world sub-junior total record. Kristina Leonienko of Ukraine now coming out for 105 kilos.
Now Ukraine, Leonenko battled Brianna for the bench world record. She took it again, but then lost it to the American lifter.
Yeah, she is looking. She's not really in the running for the top 2. She's looking like safe for bronze.
Oh, that was tougher than you'd like your opener to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she had a slight little bit of grip issue on her right hand there, but
I didn't spot that.
Well, the bar just seemed to be slightly lower on that side, so she's going to have to watch out for that.
Maybe she got hold of it slightly wrong.
Yeah, the lift's in anyway, so. Alina Rasamakina of Russia now at 110 kilos.
So she's in the 47 kilo class.
And she looks to be dominant should she get this.
Yeah, she's a long way ahead as long as she can get a deadlift in, and she certainly can.
Well, yeah, no problems there, I don't think.
I mean, she may only be 18 years old, but she's been competing for 5 years, and I think that experience shows.
We're looking at the future of the sport right here.
We are.
Valeria Mustafina of Ukraine. Now, her deadlift PB is 85, and she's coming out for 115.
Well, you have to think that she's...
Either she's been sandbagging
progress
previously, or she's done pretty well in the last year.
So that's quite a wide sumo stance.
Well.
Oh, that was super easy.
Yeah, masterclass.
It's a little smile on her face.
I was going to say she
leaves
nearly
the
cracked a
platform
smile there.
Yeah, she knows she did well there. She knows she's got more in the tank.
So the last
Okay.
one in the first round is Polina Pavlova,
So
120
we have
kilos.
a 43 kilo lifter opening higher than any of the 47 kilo lifters. And she's only 14 years old. This is going to be something to see. No. Oh my word.
Yep.
That was so easy.
Well,
That
there's
was
plenty more there.
absolutely phenomenal.
And she walks off absolutely stone-faced, which I'm pretty sure you can relate to.
Now, the total that she's just put up would have been the World Sub-Junior record had she done it 5 minutes ago. However, Brianna has just moved that up out of her. Oh no, she's moved into first place. So that is the world record.
Yeah, she's totaled
Yeah,
275 with that.
that didn't come up on the screens, but that is in fact the World Junior
Sub-Junior total record. So she's taken it from Brianna Morrison, and we're only in the first round.
Well,
We're into the second now. So this is Elena Toksarova of Russia. First one looked easy. Second one, not so much.
wow. I wonder what happened there. I wonder if it's just too heavy or maybe...
10 kilos is a big jump for a little lady. I mean, her fourth place is secured because she did get one in, but she's going to be wondering what happened there, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Aniela Liss
that's
of
a bit of a
Poland.
surprise, to be honest.
She's out for 90 kilos now.
This matches her PB. Oh, that was a struggle again to break it from the floor, but once she got it moving, she got it to lock out quite easily.
Now that's interesting because you normally expect that with sumo, but she was lifting conventional stance.
Well, yeah, to some extent.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's different.
105 on the bar now for Ale Arsenal. She is exceeding her PB by 2.5 kilos with this attempt. So
she's in third place on deadlifts, but second overall. But we're going to have a real fight for overall second and third place in this class. There's only 5 kilos between them.
yeah, I think the Russian is pretty much
And
assured
that's
of
a
first.
tough pull. I think she's going to get it, but I'm not sure how much more she's got. It's a good lift, 3 white lights.
I mean, I don't know how quickly these young ladies tire. Obviously, they've got youth on their side, but they're not. There's not a lot of body weight there.
8 lifters in class. It's running pretty quickly, though. We've got some very efficient spotters and loaders here.
Yeah, it's turning round very quickly. I'm not sure if these guys are native of Sweden. I think we've got some of the Czech spotting team on one of the platforms.
She's only gone up 2.5 kilos.
Oh,
and
no,
yeah,
grip.
Yeah, at
We
that
saw
point,
some grip, and I'm not sure about lockout.
The bar definitely dipped, for sure.
Yeah.
If it had been me, I think knowing how much the bar had dipped there, I think I would have just put it down and saved the energy. But it's always difficult. You always want to pull the lift and hope that the referee didn't see the error.
All right, so Brianna Morrison wants 110 kilos.
So this will retake the sub-junior world record total.
She's put 10 kilos on since her last lift. She looks supreme on this platform. America should be very, very proud of its progeny here.
She's got all the golds so far. And we have confirmation on the screen there that this is a world record attempt. Oh, she really had to work to get that off the floor.
Yeah, we'll see how her third one goes. That is a new World Sub-Junior record in total.
It really flew once she got it moving, but she struggled to get it moving.
Right, so Alina Rasamakina, 112.5 for her second attempt. She pulled 110 for her first, so she's clearly feeling there's not a lot more to go, but she is way ahead in class.
She's way ahead overall. She's in silver medal position on deadlift. Is she coming out? Yes, she is. Here she is.
Yeah, 35 seconds on the clock at this moment, but whoa, hang on.
No, her coach is holding her back, and I think the wrong lifter has come out. The Ukrainian.
Oh, that is the Ukrainian lifter. This should be Alina Rasamakina of Russia. Oh dear me, what has gone on there?
Well, she's missed her lift.
Yeah, 15 seconds to go. I mean, 10 now. Yeah, so presumably the Russian isn't coming out for 112.5. She's given herself a little bit of breathing space. If she's only put 112.5
maybe,
on...
she's done that as a courtesy to the other lifters because there's only 8 in class. So if she'd not put another attempt in and said she wasn't going to come out, if she'd scratched the rest of her deadlift attempts, it would have given the other lifters less time.
There's a tactical gain gone on because she has now put in 137.5 for her third attempt. So that 112.5 was just a placeholder to give her a rest. So we are now expecting Valeria Mustafina.
So the Russian...
Here she comes. This is for 125 kilos. This is a 10 kilo jump.
Okay, so we have the Ukrainian lifter on the platform for 125 kilos. She's in gold medal position currently. But we've seen a little bit of gameplay with the Russian. Oh, that was...
No, that's not moved.
Just too heavy.
Yep.
Okay, we have one more lift in this round. That's Polina Pavlova from Russia.
130 kilos. 10 kilo jump from her previous attempt and World Sub-Junior record total.
This will be the
battle between
fourth
Morrison and
time
Pavlova.
This record has been attempted in the past 10 minutes.
And we've got the third round to go. What a time to be alive. And there it is.
Do you know, that swung around a little bit, but I don't think the weight itself gave her any
No,
any
she
issues.
hung on to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's Brianna's
The record's changed hands again.
total record has gone to the Russian lifter for the moment.
Yeah.
Now I'm just keeping an eye on what she's going to put in for her third attempt.
Toxarova of Russia, Elena Toxarova, is now coming out for 85 kilos for the second time. Didn't go last time. May do this time.
She just gets her head straight, hits it hard.
Bear in mind, this is her PB. This matches her PB. So on this very, very tough platform, as it's proving to be.
So hard to do your absolute best in this environment, and that's just not going anywhere. So that leaves her with a 205 kilo total and 4th place. Now we go to...
Aniela Lis of Poland at 100 kilos. In the 47 kilo class, 4th place in class.
This won't move her up?
No. I think within this class, really...
10 kilo PB.
Yeah.
So interesting, she went up 5 kilos, then 10 kilos. She did 85, 90, and now she's got 100 on the bar.
Oh, and it's moving. Come on, come on, come on. Here it goes.
Oh, the
Look at
absolute
that.
grit and determination she's showed. Oh, I hope she gets it.
Yeah, I hope that's rewarded. Yes.
Fantastic. 2-1, and she's laughing as she comes off the platform.
Magnificent. That's what we like to see.
Absolutely fantastic. I think she went for a big PB there. I think no placings depended on it. It's given her a 222.5 total. And who knows, maybe that has significance for a national record. But
so 107.5 is on the bar now for Kristina Leonienko of the Ukraine.
Hugely impressed by the grit and determination of the Polish lifter.
Yeah,
sticking
don't give up.
with that.
Yeah.
But here we have the Ukrainian lifter on the platform in the 43s. 107.5 kilos. She didn't get this last time. Oh, but it looks like she might this time. No.
Oh, and it's grip, but on the left
went.
hand.
What a shame.
I mean, that is a heck of a lot of weight to hold in your hands.
It really is.
Especially at 42.95 kilo body weight. 107.5. Same weight for Ali Arsenault of Canada in the 47 kilo class.
So that left the Ukrainian lifter with 253.5, having taken a world record in bench. But here we have the Canadian lifter.
She's got a bronze medal. I mean, that is nothing to be sneezed at. And come on.
Oh,
we're grinding again. Oh, look at that.
Fantastic. I think 2.5 kilos was the right call, and she looks delighted as she leaves the platform.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's given her a bronze in deadlift, and I think she's guaranteed the silver. Well, never any guarantees, but
Anyway.
I think she should have the silver overall.
We are into the battle of the total records once again. First out from the USA, Brianna Morrison.
Okay.
Weighed in lightest in class, has taken and lost records all the way along.
This is her last international as a sub-junior. She moves up to the juniors next year.
7.5 kilos has gone on from her previous attempt. Prognosis of 290.5 should she pull this.
So she has to rely on the other lift and not making her deadlift. She needs this. If she doesn't get this, she won't win anyway. So she needs to pull this. For
And she wants that
another
record.
World record total.
We're at the sharp end here.
Yes. Good. 55 minutes on the bar record for 79.
Just getting her grip straight. And here we go. Oh, and
Oh,
she
not
can't.
today.
Oh,
I mean,
you can
7.5
see
kilos
the
on your third attempt is a
disappointment
big
on her
jump.
face.
But she's
So-
got to really be pleased with her performance on the platform.
She's got a world record in squat, a world record in bench. She hasn't maintained the world record in total, but she's got a silver medal overall.
She held it. She held it twice. I mean, that is nothing.
Yeah, she had it
To
all
be
year
ashamed
from
of.
Calgary last year.
Absolutely. So 125 for Valeria Mustafina of
Didn't
Ukraine.
quite make this last time.
She didn't.
She is, yeah, she's currently in gold medal position, but we also have the Russian lifter yet to pull. She's
Yeah.
currently in gold for the deadlift,
Yeah.
third place overall.
That's correct. So
This will move her up to second. This is for the silver. No,
no.
it's going nowhere.
just
Laughing
raised her hands there,
ruefully,
saying, "How
saying,
was that ever going to move?" But
yeah, like it was glued
you
the
have to
floor.
try. You have to try.
So I imagine we just see a change now from the Russian lifter. Oh,
Yeah.
well, no, first we have...
Polina
okay.
Pavlova has gone for 131. She can do this because this is for the World Sub-Junior
No, wait,
total.
no, wait,
Is
she
it
can't
right?
do that if it's not the world record. Oh, it is.
It is. It's
the
the World
deadlift
Sub-Junior
world
record, yeah, which currently stands at 130 kilos. She equalled that with her last attempt. We didn't spot that because we were so excited about the totals.
So
but
this will be
is
a deadlift record and a total record in one pull.
Yeah.
She's already got the gold medal in deadlift. She's already got the gold medal and the world title at 14 years old. And this is for a deadlift world record as well. And it's going.
yes,
And it's gone. 3 white lights.
World
a world
Sub-Junior
deadlift record.
deadlift record at 131 kilos.
And at 14 years old, she's got 3 or 4 years left in class. I can't wait to see what she goes on to do.
Yeah, Brianna Morrison.
Now, this hasn't
gotta be,
dropped. I was expecting to see the Russian coaches drop this deadlift attempt. She took 110 for her opener, and this is
World Sub-Junior record
137.5.
total. That is why she's gone for this. She's
Well,
already
that's
won.
such a huge jump. As you say, there's nothing to lose. She'll take the deadlift gold for this. She's already got the world title and the overall gold.
And bear in mind, she's had a bit of an extra rest because she didn't come out for that last
But
attempt
it's
at
a big jump.
112.5.
It's a big jump.
If anyone
she
can,
do
I
it?
think she can, but no, not today, I'm afraid.
That's
Still
a
to have
shame.
even
But, you know,
tried for a
It was an
record.
ambitious attempt. It really was. But she's been absolutely phenomenal today. She's got golds across the board. She's got world records in most of the lifts, and she is our new 47 kilo sub-junior world champion.
Okay, we're into the 52s now. So Emmi Viljanen of Finland is coming out for 80 kilos as her first attempt.
She's been an absolute technician in all her lifts so far. She did a super wide sumo squat, so we expect her to do a sumo deadlift as she's setting up now.
Yep, be interested to see this because her technique has been fantastic. Very, very calm and controlled. And no, she just tore that off the floor. Thank you very much. Can I have another?
Again, her last year as a sub-junior. She's in the junior category next year.
Yeah, so she's wanting to acquit herself with honours, and no problem there whatsoever. So Yura Enomoto of Japan, 85 kilos on the bar, 2.5 below a PB, sensible opener. She's not had the best day.
She hasn't, but it's a long way to travel. She's 17 years old. She's only been competing for a year. She'll have gained so much experience here.
And that was nice.
That was super easy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can't fault that
3
at
white
all.
lights.
So Madison Hamilton is next out. Oh no, Wilma Kivikari is the lifter on the platform. She'll be followed by Madison.
So this is for 90 kilos.
Yeah, way below a PB. So again, it's all about getting that first one on the board. We have seen in the past lifters take a record in squat and then lose it all on the deadlift. You have to get a lift in each category to take a record.
Absolutely. Any world record has to be accompanied by a total. You can take a medal in a lift if you've bombed in a different lift, but you cannot take a record.
So now we have Madison Hamilton, 14 years old, sub 52 kilo category, coming out for 102.5. That is double body weight on her opener.
Wow. That was a little bit of a yank, but she had no problem with the weight.
Yeah, rewarded with 3 white lights.
And a big high five from her coach. Okay, we have Amina Tayan from Kazakhstan. So we have seen some excellent lifting from this young lady at this competition. Oh, her foot's slipping. I just saw her foot
I have some
slip.
interesting news, but after Amina Tayan has pulled this with absolutely no problem.
Very, very easy.
We have just been told Pavlova, she thought she'd pulled 131 for the world record. The bar was misloaded. The bar was misloaded to the tune of 5 kilos, so she pulled 136 for the world record.
So she pulled 5 kilos more than she asked for.
It just shows you don't know what you can do until you try. So that is fortuitous misloading by the spotters.
Well, it's a good job she pulled it, because, you know, if there's a misload and you don't get it, then you've used up a lot of energy to come and take it again.
Very nice 105 from Sarka Fibingrova
very
of
easy
Czechia.
deadlift, wasn't it? That was how you want your deadlift opener to look.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I'd have pulled an extra 5 kilos for something, I'd be both delighted and slightly annoyed with the spotters.
Well, well, yes, but it's a mixed bag, isn't it? Because you're kind of pleased you did more.
And the dominant Elizaveta Nikitina is coming out now for 135.
Well, this is only 7.5 kilos below the world deadlift record.
Do you think we're going to see yet another record change hands?
You have to hope. So here she is. She had the gold on squat. She had the gold on bench, and with this pull, she's going to get the gold on deadlift. And there we go. Absolutely beautiful.
Magnificent.
I think she's totally unassailable. I think we have our new world champion.
I would say so. So that puts her total up to 345.5. Her closest opponent is on 270 at the moment. So
yeah, I can't see, realistically, I can't see anyone catching her. She's been absolutely dominant today, and her lifting has just been incredible.
Emi Viljanen of Finland now, coming out for 87.5, 192.9 pounds. Not that any of these young ladies will anywhere near remember pounds.
Oh, that was a little bit lopsided, but it went up easily enough.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be even as long as it doesn't dip.
No. So
Yeah, that's a good lift for her. And we are now going 90 kilos for Yura Enomoto of Japan.
She's gone up 5 kilos.
Yeah. Sensible, very, very calm.
Yes, that's a good lift. 65 days of power record for.
And she had to work to get that off the floor, but once it came off the floor, it sped to lockout.
I was concerned about her right foot. I think that bar came down about 2 millimeters away from her toes, but she's walked away, so all good. Wilma Kivikari comes out now for 95 kilos. She is from Finland. She's only 14 years old. I think when I was 14, I was happy to complete my paper round.
Pulling conventional. Oh no, it's a bit of a struggle, but she. I think that's a good lift.
Didn't have any trouble with that. It looked shaky, but it was a long pull for a long-legged conventional deadlifter.
Okay, next up we have Vibin Grover from Czech. She's coming out for 110 kilos. Here she comes.
So further to the Russian who pulled 136 when she thought she'd pulled 131, we have some supreme sportsmanship here because it was a Swedish coach who noticed it, brought it to the attention of the jury.
Oh, really?
So fairness in powerlifting is at an all-time high here today in Helsingborg.
And that's a nice deadlift.
That is beautiful for Sarka Fibingrova of Czechia.
Okay, so that's a good second attempt for her.
Yeah, does that move her up into silver medal position in deadlift?
In deadlift it does. And overall, so far.
Yeah, but, you know, Tyann is going to have something to say
yet.
about that. 110 on the bar for Madison Hamilton.
She's gone up 7.5. A little bit Yankee for me. I think she wants to keep her arms a bit more straight than that. She could risk injury. But it's a good lift nonetheless. So next up we have Amina Tyann from Kazakhstan. She's been great to watch all day.
Yeah, I think she's definitely one to watch. Obviously, she's somewhat eclipsed by Nikitina in this class, who, by the way, looks like she's going for a record on her second attempt, but
so
112.5 for
this will move her
Tyann.
up to second, I think. There it goes. Oh, no. You know,
there's going to be questions about lockout and there's going to be blues.
I think it dipped, no question. And it is a feature of the sumo deadlift that there's a little transition point where sometimes the balance can go.
So 144.5 on the bar for Elisaveta Nikitina. This will be a World Sub-Junior. Is this a total record?
This is a deadlift record, but
this
does
is a
it give her
deadlift
the
record.
total record as well? No, it doesn't.
So
that's interesting because the current world record is 142.5, but she's elected 144.5. So
maybe there's some significance there. It's 320 pounds. It may be a national record in Russia.
It could well be. It may be that she's going to hit a total that takes a national record.
Out she comes.
So here we go.
144.5 for a world record. At 18 years of age, in the 52 kilo class, Elisaveta Nikitina of Russia.
She can keep
second
this with her
round too.
Squat world record.
She's going to need a bigger cabinet.
She is. There she goes.
That focus that we're so familiar with now, and here it comes. Oh!
Do you know, I don't think it dipped.
Yeah, that difficult transition,
uncertain.
as you said before, but... Oh, no.
The referees think it did.
Well,
you know what? She's got another attempt at that.
Yeah, the best thing is that she can try again.
I don't think the strength was the issue there.
No.
I think it's just a very, very small technique issue, a very small balance issue.
So Emmi Viljanen of Finland, we're into the third round now. This is 92.5. She's gone up 5 kilos for her third attempt. This will take her above the magic 250 mark to 255 total should she get it.
So there was, she thought the bar was ready, but the bar must be cleaned between each round on the third attempt. Between each attempt on the third round.
I think the coach or the lifter can ask for it to be cleaned
Yeah.
at any time, but it must be cleaned between each attempt on the third round. Deep breath there.
And it's just not
that's
going.
gone nowhere. So, leaves her
Always
at...
worth trying for a big PB on your third round if there's no placing. Sometimes you don't always get the opportunity in competition because sometimes you need to protect your place, make sure the lifter behind you doesn't come past.
So, Wilma Kivikari, the first of our two Finns, coming out for 97.5 kilos. Ranked 5th on deadlift. This isn't going to change her position. And this is going to equal her PB. She's only 14. She's got a long way to go. She's got a long future ahead of her in this sport.
And it just didn't go.
No, the last one looked pretty tough, to be honest,
did.
so no real surprise there. And
But when it's your last deadlift, there's no problem with just leaving it all on the platform. You might as well use up whatever energy and strength you have left.
shoot for the moon. What have you got to lose? 100 kilos on the bar now for Yura Enomoto.
Now, this is interesting. Again, she's taken a 5 kilo jump and then a 10 kilo jump. 85, 90, 100.
This is going to move her up a place
Is it?
in deadlift. Yeah, she's going to go from 6th to 5th if she gets this. So all makes a difference.
Yeah, I get it. Well, let's hope she makes it.
Come on, Yura. Oh, no.
Dear
I don't know,
me.
did she slip there?
She did slip, and I think she narrowly avoided putting the plates down on her own foot.
Yeah, she was only a couple of mil away last time, so the
So-
main thing is that she's okay.
The problem is the lifters coat themselves with talc before they come out on the platform, and that talc gets brushed off by the bar, passing up the legs. So by the time you're coming out for third deadlifts, there's talc everywhere.
Yeah, which is why they roll the bar forward when they clean it and roll it back into the position, but still...
Also, when you have a mix of conventional pullers and sumo pullers,
Yeah.
obviously the chalk and the talc on the legs is in a different place on the bar for each one, so that can cause you problems.
Okay, so this is the Czechian lifter, Sarka Fibingrova, 112.5 kilos on the bar, only a 2.5 kilo increase.
Got a deadlift medal, but what colour is it? She's currently got the bronze medal. This will be for the silver medal in deadlift.
Yeah, 3rd to 2nd. And she knows it. And there it goes.
And it's
Come
going.
on.
That was a great pull.
Oh, 2
Fantastic.
to 1. Rewarded.
2 to 1 is good enough. That moves her up to silver in the deadlift. She's currently silver overall.
However, here comes Madison Hamilton right back at you. She wants to take back that silver medal position. She's been knocked down to bronze by Fibingrova. So if she pulls this 117.5, which is a 7.5... No, oh, she's gone down.
I
She's
was
gone
going
down.
to say,
112.5.
she doesn't need to pull 117.5.
Yeah, so that is a good tactical decision by her coach there.
She can't really make any inroads on her overall position, so protect the deadlift medal and pull the absolute minimum you need to do.
Yeah, very, very wise. This is her PB. So
She's looking fired up. I can see her. She's pacing. She's waiting for the bar to be ready.
fist
Here
bump
she
for
comes.
a coach as she goes out, and this is it. Come on,
She's looking
Madison.
fierce. Come on.
Come on, Madison. One easy pull. Let's go.
This is for the silver.
Robert Keller right behind us, shouting for her. As are we. And there we
And
go.
it's going. Can she lock it? I think she can.
One easy pull, said Robert Keller. One easy pull took
And
Madison
that's a
Hamilton,
silver
and she's
medal in
taken
deadlift.
silver.
You can see how happy she is with that.
However, Amina Tian of Kazakhstan, she didn't get a last attempt. She's put 120 in for this one.
20.
Well, she wants that.
It's going to move her up to silver medal overall.
That's correct. That's going to move her up to silver medal overall and silver medal
Yeah.
in deadlift if she gets it. Now it's,
It's
going
a
to be a big
ask,
ask,
though, isn't it? It's a big ask.
but this is powerlifting. This is the last round of deadlift.
So was this this slight balance
Yeah.
issue at the top?
Yeah, absolutely. It is only in that conversion to lockout in the sumo lift, and here she comes.
So everything on this lift,
Up
and
it
it's going.
goes.
It's
Oh, not
there she
quite,
goes.
not quite.
It was worth a try.
It was, yeah.
She hasn't lost anything by giving it a go.
She hasn't.
She's assured overall third. It was worth a try to move her up a place.
Okay, so we have one lift remain, but what a lift. This is for 144.5. This is Elizaveta Nikitina of Russia, 144.5 for the world sub-junior deadlift record. Currently stands at 142.5. She's going to put 2 kilos on it should she take it. She's already won. She's dominated this competition from start to finish. So this is for the record. I hope you're on the edge of your seats at home. We're definitely on the edge of our seats here.
Do you know what? I think she can do it. I think she can do it. If she hits it just right, gets her technique absolutely spot on. If she's got the energy left, it takes a lot out of you failing a lift. If she's got anything left at all, I think she can do it.
She's got youth on her side. This is her last chance at the record. She's 18 years
into
old.
hook grip, just to keep that extra grip on the bar.
Oh, those thumbs.
Here we go.
Still, she doesn't need them after today.
Here
Come
we
on.
go.
Up,
It's
up,
going.
up,
It's
up,
going.
up.
It's
Come
going. Can
on,
she
lock
lock
it out.
And she can. I think that's a good lift.
Let's see it. It's
That
the
is
record.
World sub-junior deadlift record. Absolutely superb lifting.
And do you know what? That wasn't even a PB. A PB was 145.5.
We've
well,
seen some
what a
fantastic
day.
lifting here today.
Great thanks to our sponsors here, Eleiko, Uplift and SBD. Thanks to all of the guys from Powerlifting Sweden who have put on a fantastic competition here in Helsingborg. Don't go away. We've got more fantastic lifting for you. Stay tuned. See you soon.
Okay, we physical ability. All events will have a small memory from this competition of the people and hangover, the memory and the medals is the items as well. It's the gas of garage, low keys or under road, and it's the classic tsunami and DC member.
I'm getting so confused. I'm one. Side. Not right. How you lunch? Pardon? How you lunch? I have already. Yeah, I you said, oh, it was good. I ate it in 10 minutes. Because I was planning to go fast.
The piece of the world.
But then the lady came, one of the rep scouts came, and I didn't have to do that because I ate like hell. And then I come down and, oh, there's
Lägg Josefsson springer till Championships-officen per lite mera. Utav minnesraketten. Tack. We're going to pick up some more. Several of you have. I'll do one with the start with the squats. The set unit 43 kilogram class. Bronze medal goes to Ukraine, Christina Lyonenko, 85 kilo. Sorry for my pronunciation. Silver medal goes to Russia and Polina Pavlova, 95 kg. The gold medal goes to USA Brianna Morrison, 108 kg. The new world record. Now it's time for a smile and focus. Thank you. For the entries, bronze medal goes to Russia and Polina Pavlova, 60 kg. Silver medal goes to Ukraine and Christina Lyonenko, 63.5. That was the world record. And the gold medal goes to USA Brianna Morrison on the new world record, 65 kg. Thank you. And for deadlift, bronze medal goes to Ukraine and Christina Lyonenko, 105 kg. Silver medal goes to USA and Brianna Morrison, 110 kg. And the gold medal goes to Russia and Paulina Pavlova, 136 kg, and new world record in deadlift. You can smile for the photo. Thank you, спасибо. And for the total, for the 3 sub-junior, for the category class, Bronze medal goes to Ukraine and Kristina Liulienko, 253.5. Silver medal goes to USA and Brianna Morrison, 283. And the gold medal and world champion from Russia, Paulina Pavlova, 291. World record in total. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Russia. Round of applause for the ladies. For the 47 category class, sub-junior, heel squat. Bronze medal goes to Poland and Aniela Lis, 77.5. Silver medal goes to Canada, Ale Arsenault, 95 grams. Gold medal goes to Russia, Alina Rasamakina, 160, world record. Smile, photos. Thank you. Спасибо. Transfers, bronze medal goes to Ukraine, Valeria Mustafina, 47.5. Silver medal goes to Canada, Ali Arsenault, 55 kilograms. Gold medal goes to Russia, Alina Rasamakina, 68.5. You world record in Deadlift. Photos. Thank you, спасибо. Deadlift. Bronze medal goes to Canada, Ali Arsenault, 107.5. Ali, bronze medal. Ali, sorry to wake you up. Silver medal goes to Russia, Alina Rasamakina, 110 kilograms. And the gold medal in deadlift goes to Ukraine, Valeria Mustafina, 150. And smiling for the photos, please. Thank you. Спасибо. And the total result. The women's sub-junior 47, Bronze medal goes to Ukraine, Valeria Mustafina, 248 kilograms. Silver medal goes to Canada, Ali Arsenal, 257.5. Gold medal and world champion, Alina Rasamakina from Russia, 294.5. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Russia. Round of applause for the Sam Junior 52 kilogram fellas in squat. Silver medal goes to Republic of Czechia, Saka Figueroa, 107.5. Silver medal goes to Finland, Emmy Vigana, 107.5. Gold medal goes to Russia, Elisaveta Nikitina, 113.5. Obviously world record. Smiling forward focus. Thank you. Spasiba. Eagles. In Veterans, bronze medal goes to Republic of Czechia, Saka Figueroa, 57.5. Silver medal goes to Kazakhstan and Amina Jian, 65. Gold medal goes to Russia, Elisaveta Nikitina, 80 kilograms. And sign for movements. Thank you. See that. The deadlift. Bronze medal to Republic of Czechia, Saka Figueroa, 112.5. Silver medal goes to the USA, Madison Hamilton, 112.5. Gold medal goes to Russia, Elisaveta Nikitina, 144.5. World record. Thank you. Spasiba. And in total, bronze medal goes to Kazakhstan, Amina Tian, 265. Silver medal goes to Czech Republic, Saka Figueroa, 277.5. And the gold, a world champion from Russia, Elisaveta Nikitina, 355. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Russia. Round the goal for the So now I'm moving over for the juniors and the 43 squats. Bronze medal goes to Thailand. Yep. Theo Vanish, Muratila, 87.5. Silver medal goes to Russia, Olga, Wolinskaya, 90 kg. And the gold medal goes to Frederick and Sherry Young, 105. Sign for the Philippines. Thank you. The bachelor's bronze medal goes to India and Gurmeet Maini, CA, 50 kg. Silver medal goes to Russia, Olga Ogoskaya, 62.5. And the gold medal goes to Frederick and then Sherry Young, 62.5. Thank you. The Deadlift bronze medal goes to Russia, Olga Volskaya, 117.5. Silver medal goes to Thailand and Theo Vanish, Muratila, 127.5. The gold medal goes to Frederick and Sherry Young, 146. You and the total bronze medal goes to Thailand and Giovanni Murakina, 262.5. Silver medal goes to Russia, Olga Volskaya, 270. And the golden world champion from Frederick Sherry Young, 313.5. World medal in total. National Mental Health Great Britain. For the servants, junior in squat, also goes to Russia, Maria Savalina 115. Silver medal goes to Canada and Tammy 170.5. And the gold medal goes to New Zealand and Megan Lee Smith 130. Silent for the focus. Thank you. Bachelor's bronze to New Zealand Megan Lee Smith 62.5. Silver medal goes to Russia, Maria Savalina 65. And the gold medal to Poland, Susanna Kula 70. Good round. Thank you. Deadlift, bronze medal to Canada and Tammy 140. And the silver medal goes to Russia, Maria Savalina on 150.5. This is world record. It's a couple of minutes. So the gold medal goes to New Zealand to Megan Lee Smith 151. Good round, the new world record in the 47. Thank you. And the total. Bronze medal goes to Poland, Susanna Kula 350. Good round. Silver medal goes to Russia, Maria Savalina 330.5. And the gold medal and the world champion from New Zealand, Megan Lee Smith 343.5. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of New Zealand. Thank you. For the 52 daily class, squats, bronze medal to Russia, Samira Caravera, 130. Silver medal goes to Ukraine, Victoria Luciaka, 130, by colleagues. Gold medal goes to Singapore and Guangqi Tor, 135. Side forward focus. Thank you. The veterans. Bronze medal goes to Greg Ernie Alcroft, 80 kilograms. Ernie Alcroft. Silver medal goes to Canada, Amelia Fisher Portet, 82.5. Gold medal goes to Ukraine, Tatiana Sasha 92.5. Side forward focus. Thank you. The lifts. Bronze medal goes to Denmark. Oda Jensen, 153.5. Bronze medal goes to France and Julia Draw, 155. And the gold medal goes to Singapore and Poem, Hugh P. Thor, 157.5. Thank you. Total in the junior 52. Bronze medal goes to Russia, Samina Karayeva, 355 kilograms. Silver medal goes to Singapore, Yin Yi Thor, 357.5. Gold medal world champion from Canada, Amanda Fisher Brockton, 360 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem. Using myself. Give all the lifters around the globe.